this one is a competitive dice rolling game where players are competing to gain the most gold and mana at the end of the game. The way the game works is that on your turn you're going to be choosing 7 different dice to roll, and there's 3 different dice that you can choose from, with each of them granting you higher and higher rewards, but also coming with some risk because some of the more powerful dice are going to have more deadly types of dangers that may be rolled and that you'll have to deal with. There's different monsters that can inflict a different amount of damage towards you, but then there's also bombs that can inflict damage to you, but also an amount of damage to every other player. But what you're actually trying to do when you roll these dice is to get gems of the same color, because when you create sets of matching gems, that's going to be granting you with some amount of gold and mana, and also possibly some other benefits. The more dangerous dice can give you multiple gems on a single side and can also give you multipliers. You do also get 1 free reroll per turn to roll any amount of dice that you'd like in order to try and get those sets that you're looking for, but this does come with the issue that you're not allowed to re-roll any of the dice that show any type of danger. Luckily for you, there is a way that you can mitigate this, because at the start of your turn you can actually buy various items, gear, and potions from the market. You're going to be buying items with your gold, and then you're buying potions with your mana. These different cards can allow you to heal yourself, get some additional rerolls, reroll some of those dice you normally wouldn't be able to, or even fight back against the monsters, getting rid of those dice completely. One thing you do have to be aware of is that you can only equip 1 piece of armor to each of your armor slots, so you'll want to be trying to diversify the armor that you get to gain the most benefit as possible. One other thing you can buy from the market, and you do also start with one of these, is the gamble cards. And these are really cool because anytime that the combination of gems are rolled, either on your turn or anyone else's, you can cash in that gamble card to get that amount of money. But this is a game that plays over a series of rounds that each represent a day, and each round is broken into 3 phases that all pretty much play very similarly to each other, and they're going to be playing exactly like how I just described, with each player rolling those dice and trying to get those sets of gems. But the last phase of each day is, of course, the night phase, and this is the one that's most different from the others, because during the night there is twice the damage, but there's also twice the rewards. For some of the less brave knights, there is also the option to forego the night phase in order to just heal up some of your health. But if you do happen to just roll terribly, or you just pushed your luck a little too much, there is also the option once per day that you can retreat from any of your rolls, which will allow you to avoid that damage, but you will also lose any of the gems that you rolled, and you will still also get an amount of damage equal to the current round. But if a player rolls particularly well, or if they have some specific items, they can also earn something called a boon token. And these are really nice to have because they can essentially give you a free action, and you can just trade them in order to do things like re-roll any 2 of your dice, heal and gain mana, or even force another player to re-roll any 1 die. The player with the most victory points at the end of the game based on their gold and mana wins the game, and if you do want to check this one out, I will have it linked down below.